Hey, Marilyn.
Yes, Joy.
Since we're just hanging out here and, I want to just do a quick weekly message.
I love to do weekly messages.
Because I have a question for you, or Adironnda.
You can tell they're there, can't you?
I can. So, I know this says shift and the world around you shifts.
Yes, it does.
And it's one of my favorite sayings.
Yes.
But do you know what it means?
I channeled it. I don't have to know.
You heard that right here.
I do know what it means.
Yes.
Because when you cannot shift someone else, you cannot change anyone else, you cannot fix anyone else. You can only fix yourself, you can only change yourself, you can only shift yourself. But when you do, every single thing around you starts responding to that energy that you're putting out because you have shifted.
Right. It's so amazing how well it works. It's like you start, you just decide that you want to be the best version of you that you can be, and you start, for us, meditating, reading spiritual books, and
Responding differently when you're triggered.
Right. and then all of a sudden you realize your friends and your family and your whole world around you shifts. It's true.
See, what actually happens, you get into a rut or a pattern or something. I hear it all the time. Well, I go into this job and everybody at this job did such and such and such and such. And so I quit that job and I went to another job and all those people did such and such and such and such. And the same pattern happens over and over and over. Well, it's not the other people in the job.
No.
It's you.
Right.
Because you're putting something out. You're asking for that kind of treatment on some subconscious level. And when you shift that pattern within yourself of asking for that kind of treatment, it's miraculous how those people start shifting.
But how do you shift? Like, can you actually say how somebody shifts in a couple minutes?
Well, that's another weekly message because I actually wrote a 12-step program.
Wow.
I did. I wrote a 12-step program on what to do when you're triggered, or how you can shift, how you respond to the world. And I don't have my journal in here.
So that'll be next.
That's next time. But it starts with, the first step is to breathe.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And the second step is to repeat step one. And the third step is, well, we'll have to check that out next week.
And it's really, just to bring it back to shift in the world, shifts with you. It's the first step is just really deciding, yeah, I want to shift and I want the world around me to shift. Because you want, like for me, when I went through it, I wanted change in my life.
Well, and I think that's really the key, is because there was a point in my life where it seemed like all my friends were just complaining and negative. And, this was many years ago, so don't think about this is not now.
So if you're watching this and you're a friend.
It was long time ago, the deep past. Maybe even another lifetime in this lifetime.
In another galaxy far, far away.
Yeah. But what the thing was is I just decided that I wanted to shift. I just decided that I wanted to shift who I was. And that's when everything else started following suit.
And what's so amazing? You look back, for me it was like 10 years ago, right? And I look back and realize that I did make that decision to go down a different path. And then I just see like all the things that have changed between now and there, just because I decided to shift and my world shifted around me.
Right, exactly. It's like dominoes.
Yeah.
You shift and then all the other dominoes shift as well. That's exactly what it is.
So simple.
It's so simple. And keep watching, because one of the weekly messages at some point in time will have a 12-step program on how to do that. Namaste, y'all.
Namaste.